How old are you, Nathaniel?
How old are you?
What are you? Oh, let me ask a question. I know you know.
Question.
Are you 10 years old?
24 years old.
24 years old. See, you can do it. You give me high 10.
High 10?
Wow. Woohoo.
Yeah, love. You got it there.
All right.
Now, does he have any access to technology at this moment?
Yes.
What's he doing?
That's a, what do you call it?
Computer, laptop?
Laptop.
A laptop. And what's he doing with the laptop?
Laptop. Investigate. He does pictures. He goes to movie sites.
Pictures. Oh, so does it have like a little trackpad built in, little square that he moves his finger around on?
He doesn't like that. He uses the mouse.
So you've got a mouse attached to your laptop.
Right.
And he moves the mouse around,
Yeah.
and he finds things and he double clicks on them,
Yeah, he finds, he clicks. I don't know exactly what he does.
and things open up and
Yeah,
close,
he
and
pulls up
things
old
change.
pictures, game shows. He like game shows and everything.
Now, what I found with people like Nathaniel, I don't know if this is true, but I've just observed this over the years, is that they can look very productive on a computer, but when you actually watch and see what they're doing, it turns out that they're just opening and closing and moving things around a lot. And they're not actually doing something that's focused. Especially true for people on the spectrum. And so to somebody who's just casually passing by, if you're not paying attention, it looks like they're really involved. But all they're doing is clicking and double clicking on lots of things just to see the movement of things on the screen. So what I would suggest for you is the next time you're on the laptop, just sit by them where you can see and just grab a little notebook and just keep track of what you're doing. Even if you do this once or twice, it will really help me if you decide to email me more, and it'll help you to say, oh my gosh, RJ was right. He's just going in and out of things. He's not really doing anything. So it'll be nice. He went to YouTube. He searched for mom, or he searched for ice cream, which I don't know if that's true or not. And then he clicked on one of the videos for somebody jumping a bike over a house. So just keep track of like that, and then take a picture of it with your iPhone or your smartphone and email that to me. And we'll be able to tell a little more about what's happening inside here. Does that make sense? You need a peek of what's happening in here because he's such a mirror. It's hard to get in there to see what's happening. Okay? Now, does he have any independent voicings? Does he ever say anything by himself, such as I want to go outside, or I want oatmeal, or anything of that nature by himself?
Yeah, and when he time to go, you know.
He'll say that? And for time to go, is it actually time to go when he says that?
He knows to tell
He
time.
knows, yeah.
10 o'clock, boy.
Good for you, okay.
You know, okay, I'm ready.
He knows the rituals. Good for you. If you're not ready, what will he do when he says time to go and you're not ready?
He'll sit there and wait, give me a few minutes, and
Oh,
then he'll say it
good.
again.
Excellent. That's very, very good.
I got my
So,
little-
anything ritualistic, very good at. Choices between foods, he'll just grab the food that he wants.
Or he'll tell me if it's not there, like, I say, ready to eat? Subway, eat fresh. I said, oh, you want to go to Subway?
Oh,
Yeah.
good, okay. And you don't have to say it first.
No.
You don't have to give the choices first, and he picks one from that. He just says it.
I might say, I said, what would you like to eat? And then he'll say,
This is great.
KFC.
So the groundwork is laid for him making some independent vocalizations. We want to expand upon that.
Okay.
But now the key question that we need to ask Mom, which is, what is it you'd like Nathaniel to do that he's not doing now? Everyone always thinks about this.
You want there's so much. It's
I
just
know,
overwhelming.
I know, but that's how I feel. I'm just meeting him.
It's communicate just like you said, conversational wise. It's
Okay.
not, there. I can have him read. He can read, but okay, Nathan, what did you just read? There's no. He's just reading. The words are there. He understands the words, so he'll say them, and then. But you can't go back through the story and say, what happened to Cinderella? What happened to?
Okay, so let me stop you there.
Okay, stop.
You're fine, you did great. So Mom actually brought up two different things. They're unrelated to each other. They're two different goals, but they both can be addressed. Not today. We can talk about both of them. One is the give and take of having a conversation. I call it, in short, turn talking. Because it's taking turns talking. That's what we do in a normal conversation. We take turns talking. So I call it turn talking. That was one of her goals. The second goal she had, though, was unrelated, and that is reading. We call it in schools, we call it reading comprehension. And this is when we give him a task to read, either silently or out loud, and then we'd ask him questions based upon what he just read. And that would be reading comprehension. Am I on target with both of those? So that's, you should break those two down. Turn talking. Do you have a
Give me a
pen?
pen.
I've got an extra pen.
Okay.
Here, here we go.
I don't know what you're doing.
I grabbed it from the hotel.
Oh, no.
Turn talking and reading comprehension. Unrelated to each other. You'd think they'd be related, but they're not. So, we're going to do turn talking. Hi, Nathaniel.
Hi,
How are you?
how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
How are you?
How are you?
We're going to stop right there because that's the perfect place to look at, right here. We've just seen the mirror right now, and we need to somehow get across to him that we don't want him to mirror us, which he's learned over the years very well, but we want him to answer the question. So in this case, we're going to make up what we call a social script. And that is just a script of what to say socially, because we're doing a social interaction. Now, I actually have a program for this called Turn Talk. Here we go. Yeehaw! Right here. Beautiful. Right like that. Perfect. Now we need a conversation partner. This means somebody doesn't know. I'll use Meredith. He doesn't know you. Meredith, if you would please. You're going to sit right here. And notice I have these chairs on a 45-degree angle. So they're sort of towards each other, and they're sort of towards the computer. I'm going to be the computer. I'm going to guide this conversation. So I'm just going to do exactly what we did for the study, just to show you. So when Meredith first comes in, all she does is wave. So you look to him and give a big wave. Go ahead. Nathaniel, now you say, hi, beautiful. And then you take your turn and you'd say, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Nathaniel, now it's your turn. Now you say, happy.
Happy.
You'd say, I am too.
I am too.
Nathaniel, it's your turn. Now you say, how are you?
How are you?
I am fine.
Nathaniel, now it's your turn. Please say, I like your sweater.
Sweater.
Please say, I like your sweater.
I like a sweater.
And then you point to it. You'd say, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'd compliment him.
I love your smile.
Your smile.
Then you give that nice big smile.
I love your smile.
Nathaniel, it's your turn.
Okay.
Now you, ooh, good. Now you say, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
See you later.
You sit right back down. And then that,
Oh, wow.
very good. And during that interaction, he actually did better than I thought he would. There were times there that it clicked. Let's do it with somebody else. We did the same exact conversations for 5 trainings, and then a pre-test and a post-test. So let's pick somebody else. Let's pick, I'm just trying to pick the exact same conversation. We just practiced it over and over. So first you just wave.
This is.
Nathaniel, now you say, hi.
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 Nathaniel, now you say, how are you?
Who are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Thank you.
And then you'd ask him back.
How are you?
Nathaniel, now you say, happy.
Happy.
And now you say something about maybe his shirt.
I like your shirt.
Nathaniel, now you say, thank you.
Thank you.
Nathaniel, now you say, I like yours also.
I like you also.
Thank you.
Also.
Nathaniel, now you say, bye-bye.
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 And off you go.
Okay. Good job.
That's all of that one right there. Hans Asperger was a doctor in the late 20s and 30s and 40s, early 40s, and he was a discoverer of autism. He's the first one that identified, and we even named part of autism Asperger's disease, Asperger's syndrome. This would be for your higher functioning people that are on the spectrum. We call them people with Asperger's. These are pretty functional in life. They just have idiosyncrasies, such as this right here. I don't know if his actual diagnosis is Asperger's. What's his actual diagnosis? Just autism. But he'd be high-functioning autism. He can do a lot of things for himself, as compared with what we call classic autism, or Kanner's. There was another doctor around that time called Dr. Leo Kanner, K-A-N-E-R, and we call his type of autism, which is more involved. These are the kids that hit themselves, they scratch, they run. So we call that classic or Kanner's autism. But these days we have to be careful because all of autism is now on the spectrum, autistic spectrum disorders, ASD, which actually involves 5 different disorders, some of them not even related to each other, not even symptomatic with each other. So we still use the term autism to really talk about this type of thing, rather than spectrum. On the spectrum is one of those things that's politically correct, but it doesn't really tell us enough about each individual. So it's better sometimes to say they're autistic, and that right away professionals can get a real clear idea of what we're talking about. When we say on the spectrum, we always have to ask, okay, well tell me about it. And now we have to ask a lot of questions. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Politically correct, but for me, I work for myself, so I can just say, okay, he's autistic, he's high functioning, but he's echolalic, and we want to get him communicating more. Fist bump.
Fist
Boom. Boom. Right up there. Can you do me a favor and right up here? Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Boom. Boom. You can even do one of these at the end there if you want. That's it, and then have a seat. That's it. You. Can I have you? I know you were. I forgot your name. No? I was going to say Rosalind, but I knew that was wrong. Same thing. Just come up. You don't have to say anything. Just echo it and just do it. Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Boom. Boom. That's it. Just like that. We're just trying to get it going in a one-way direction here. We're coming in. We're offering something, but as far as his verbalization, it's just outgoing. That's why I'm not having you say it, or else it would just be echoing, right? One more person. Let's see if he gets it. Can we have you right there? Same thing. Just try it again. Same thing. We don't say anything. We just offer him it and see if we can get him verbalizing it. Boom. Good. Okay, that's halfway there. We got the boom out of it. So that shows how quickly we can do these things when we really break them down to their individual steps. In education, we would call this task analysis. We analyze a task to its individual components. In psychology, we actually call it chaining. So you can look up either one of those words. You can look up chaining in psychology, and it will describe this exact same process. Break things down into individual successes, and then work your way towards the bigger thing. Chaining is what it's called in psychology. Task analysis is what it's called in education. Very closely related here. So we did great there. We did great on our little conversation task, and you should do that. It's easy to replicate. You don't need a computer. When we get the program operating on the iPad, you have a PC. You have a PC at home.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can do this on your PC. So make sure you email me, and I'll get you the program so you can start right on it. What I do is when the program prompts him, if he doesn't look at his partner, I help him to look at his partner. And you saw how fast he started orienting towards his partner when it was his turn. The bye-bye seemed to just be generalized, sort of in that direction. But all the rest of them, he turned his head towards his partner and actually looked at them as he was saying his little part. And I thought what he did in the turn talking was 100% better than what we saw over here when he was just mirroring things, don't you? He followed my directions pretty well.
Yeah.
If we get him following the computer directions, which doesn't have facial affect, it doesn't have hands to move him, it's just a computer giving him directions, that's one step closer to him doing it by himself. We're going to do spell a word, which we did yesterday, but we're going to do it fairly quickly here.
Sesame Street. E-H-I-E.
first letter is
We got
C.
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 Here you go. Here we go, ready?
Yeah.
C.
The next letter is H. Next letter is
I. P.
beautiful.
Woohoo! Yay!
Chip.
Chips.
Press the big bar, please.
Space.
I'm so impressed.
Nathaniel.
Now you spell
Chip.
C.
H.
I.
P.
E.
Woo!
Nathaniel.
Notice how little, if at all, verbal prompting I do. It's almost non-existent.
The big bar, please. Thank you.
Chip.
C. H. I. E.
Chip. Actually, that's good. We are all done.
Woohoo!
Can we stand up? We're going to go sit back down next to Mom.
All right, go Nathaniel. Good job.